Hey everybody, how you doing? Yeah. This is ICAP, the Natural Commercial Geology Perturbation Group. It's to preserve history. And, like the cap. They keep the seed in this product. It's a cap. Same way with the history of commercial. All kinds, retail, business, real estate, entertainment. Okay. I've been doing this since late last year. It's a new edition. It sprang off from rank history, so I can cover everything. The rank history is under that above. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about Cheesecake Factory. Made a big news because right on Reddit that everything is because of the shrinkflation. Cheesecake Factory is known for their cake, especially cheesecake. They're usually big. You can see under the glass container. You can pick out what you want. And I've never been there. Never been to Cheesecake Factory because of that. I've been poor almost of my life. Even I to work just 2 doors down from few doors down from where I used to work at Destiny, the store, and I always have to walk by the Cheesecake Factory. That's where my old boss, who got, let go, then she working at the server at the Cheesecake Factory. And I said, oh, now she's a Penny. I'm referred to, Penny on The Big Bang Theory with the nerd. Including, remember Sheldon? Okay. The narcissist personality disorder. Nerd. But Penny, she's lived right across the hall. And this small, tall building with the elevator though is broken. Yeah, they never repaired and that interview. Stupid show. Anyway, so the Cheesecake Factory was mentioned many times on the show, and it's just I've seen them around, maybe 3 or 4 times, different locations. Never been to one, ever. I've always wanted to, but now with the shrinkflation, no thanks. You see, they normally used to have a slice of 8. Now because of shrinkflation, they reduced it to the slice of 12. 12 sliced. What does that mean? Oh, you want to save on making because it's expensive? Yes, it is expensive. They wanted to keep the price down by offering more pieces as opposed to making a single cake or pie. The more piece, the more money by, you see, the statistician. Easy, you don't need to take statistician in college because it's always an act. Always an act. That's what my teacher said that. you don't need to take it. The more peat the less spent per person, but more money, more revenue. That's why they always act, and everything. The more peat, the less cost per person. But they didn't reduce the price to keep the same. I don't know what they're called. If the cheesecake factory want to invite me, I'll decline. You know why? I'll tell you why. They've shrank the peat. I'm not gonna spend a lot of money for just the little piece of thing, 2 or 3 bites that did. No. I want my 1/8 of the pie. Now 1/12. Maybe you better start making more cheesecake. The cheaper it is. Because if you make fewer, the more expensive it is per. If dirt on my shoe, get on my short you see, if you true, it's cheaper by keeping the price down, by giving more peat, but that's not a good answer. If people already experienced with certain diet, otherwise you're gonna get backlash. You're gonna have to go back where it was, and you make more pieces by making more pies. Doesn't matter. The more, the cheaper it is. Remember, the X graphic. Always X. Always X. Pepsi already experienced that problem with the ship. They've reduced that. They get smaller. I've noticed all the ship bags get smaller. I remember back in the days, the 70s, with Jean Potato. I went to the factory. I went to a few different factories in my lifetime. Jean Potato Chip, Bombardier, Skidoo, Snowmobile Plant, FX Mac Brewery, then where they make FX Mac beer. That's the 70. Gotta remember, they've changed the name now. It's Atlantic. What else they've been to, what factory? Well, of course, the family business. Yeah. The sheet metal business. See what else? I know I've seen a couple more. Yeah, RV manufacturing. So, I know a lot of different. Okay. For food, they do have factories for that. Back to food. Well, Pepsi had to, because of the ship division, they had to refill more in the bag. They were trying to shrinkflation. Yeah, I've seen soda bottles get smaller. No. 16 out. If they start to get down to 14, look, ice cream. I remember they were really half gallon. Half gallon. It was really big. I remember. Big. Oh yeah. But now it's shrinkflation. I just had some. I remember. It was bigger, but wow, it's small. Like this small. I probably finished a 5 ice cream meal. Oh yeah. or 5 bowls of ice cream or cup. Ridiculous. I remember it's like maybe 8, 10 at a time. Oh yeah, for me. Now what? So a lot of people are complaining about a lot of products and merchandise being shrink because of the shrinkflation. Do not shrinkflate it, because I'll tell you why. Have you considered about the containers? How much plastic you have to make? It's more plastic than you used to do that, or more aluminum than you used to. I'm talking about if you just say those 16 ounce, most of them are 16 ounce. Now you reduce to half. I see a lot of 8 ounce deli at Walmart and the shelf, back from the factory, not from the deli department. They've shrinkflated from 16 to 8. I always prefer to stick with that. If it goes up to $10, $12, I'm getting that, rather than shrinkflated to the same price it used to be with 16 ounce, with 8 ounce for that price. For example, I remember it used to be $4 for a 16 ounce turkey slice. I always love turkey. White meat. Shrinkflation, I see them like that, and I see now Walmart like over $5.50, $6 for 16 ounce. Ridiculous. So please do not shrink, because you have to make more product. More package. It will cost more. It's cheaper if you use bigger container, and it's less carbon footprint. I'm against environment, I'm not. I'm a Republican. But I'm trying to look out for the liberals to understand shrinkflation is not the answer, because of all these materials. Don't do that. You need to have a full-size container, because there'll be a lot material to make with. If you half-gallon ice cream, stay with that. Don't get down to quarter of a gallon or something like that around there. With those numbers on there, it's a lot less than a half gallon. You're making more. Sure. It makes no difference. You're still gonna have a lot, and it'll be thrown out by federal law. Don't do that. Do the bigger container and fewer stuff on the shelf to help everybody out. Happy that they have full portion, not shrinkflated. So that brings back to the Cheesecake Factory. Get back to 8 light. Otherwise, if I'm there, I'm going to order 2. That'll be 1/4 of the whole pie. Very expensive. I'd rather have that than 1 slice. If I come in, I count. There's a 12 slice. I'm going to ask for 2. Wait a minute, that'll be 1/6 of the pie. before with the 8, now with 1/8, which is greater. If it turned to 12, that's 1/6. 1/6 would be bigger than 1/8. You have to think math. What's the size like? If they want to shrinkflate a little bit, just increase the 7 instead of, say they had 8, increase to 9 feet, 9, not 12. So everybody won't even notice a little much different. So the last thing to close before I stop, and then I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory, probably ever, because of the cost and because of the shrinkflation, because that turns me off. Because one day if I make a lot of money out of YouTube, if you help me get subscribers and the view hours, and the money goes up, I'm still not going. If I make $1 billion, that's the place to go. I'll go to a mom and pop restaurant. If you're a good portion, I'll tell them what I like. Give me a quarter side of it. That would be even bigger. And take home some to finish. Alright, thanks for watching. Ciao.